Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. It's been 18 years since The Ellen Show first aired way back in September of 2003, and now after over 3,000 episodes across 18 seasons, and the countless daytime awards the show has been accoladed with, The Ellen Show has decided to call it quits, with season 19 scheduled to be the last to premiere latest this year. Despite the crazy allegations that surfaced last year involving some of the backstage crew creating a toxic environment for many, we never imagined that a successful daytime show would ever come to an end. This modern-day television empire euphorically built itself upon one of the most trustworthy talk shows, centering around everyone's favorite host, Ellen herself. We saw The Ellen Show as a hub where fans could rejoice as they saw all their favorite A-list celebrities appear and interact with Ellen and the fans. But now it feels like everything has changed, with many advertisers, celebrities, as well as viewers deciding to depart since the controversies first came to light. To pull down the curtain with Ellen herself, officially announcing that the show will conclude in the spring of 2022. Ellen came out and told The Hollywood Reporter that, when you're a creative person, you constantly need to be challenged. And as great as the show is, and as fun as it is, it's just not a challenge anymore. While Ellen may want many to believe this is the sole reason for her deciding to move on from the show that made her the star she is today, we can't help but look back at the controversy that took place with her show amidst the pandemic in 2020. The allegations and controversies. While Ellen has always tried to come across as someone who preaches the "be kind" mantra to everyone, kind of like a female John Cena if we may, but the reality is far from that. A Twitter thread by comedian Kevin T. Porter went completely viral in April of 2020 after people Ellen had worked with and many others shared their true thoughts on the legendary talk host. One former employee even claimed that Ellen never looked at her employees in the eye and would often pick a new person to hate on every single day. Things went bad to worse when BuzzFeed and Variety released the bombshell information, claiming that many staffers had blasted Ellen for creating a toxic workplace environment, with many top-ranked staff, including senior producers, being accused for delivering many racist remarks and trying to solicit fear among the employees. All of this mixed with widespread criticism from the staff over the way they handled the pandemic and gave their workers no clarity over their future in the company, led to even more hatred on Twitter and other social medias. Ellen became the latest celebrity that news sites and Twitter users hailed as canceled, so it was pretty obvious that the sacking of senior producers, including Jonathan Norman, Kevin Lehman, and Ed Glavin, were the first thing that Ellen and her team announced. Ellen finally came out to make a public apology nearly 2 weeks after the buzz started, where she stated that it was hard to stay on top of everything with the company growing in size, although she did promise to change things up to try to accommodate for a more peaceful and happy work environment. But by the time she made the apology, word was out about the backstage nuance, and an eerie gush of uncertainty was making its way around The Ellen Show. So, there was clearly no surprise that The Ellen Show wasn't really the hottest commodity that the daytime biz had to offer anymore. Although the decision to end the show may have been due to controversy, it's also notable to mention that the final impact it had on the show. Ellen had opened up their 18th season with its highest viewership in 4 years, but that's only because everyone across the globe wanted to tune in for the aftermath and hear the apology that came straight from Ellen's mouth. Things only went downhill for The Ellen Show since then, with many considering the apology disingenuous and others deciding to drift away from the show. According to the New York Times, the show reported a loss of over 1 million viewers, or a 40% dip. Now with one of the biggest scandals the entertainment industry had seen in the year, almost a loss of half of their annual viewership, and a very elusive contract that pays the host close to $50 million a year, it wouldn't take a genius to figure out that the cord had to be pulled out sooner rather than later. But although the announcement that the show would conclude was inevitable, not many expected the eventual conclusion of the show to happen over a year later in the spring of 2022. Ellen made it clear that she always wanted to end the show after season 19 concluded, which seems like a very strange comment, given most would call it quits at even close to 20, unless you're The Tonight Show and have another 30-odd years of steam left in you. Ellen made it clear that it was her intuition that told her it was time to move on. Now, it made sense that Ellen decided to break the ice with none other than the legendary Oprah Winfrey. After all, she is the go-to person to talk about breaking news. Not only this, Oprah ran an extremely popular daytime show of her own, on which Ellen discussed about her coming out as a lesbian. All of this may have eluded them to bring such a big name to help rebuild the reputation of the Ellen brand, especially after bringing A-list celebrities has not exactly been a cakewalk for the show since last year. With her talk with Oprah, Ellen was visibly quite distraught, since she had to make the announcement of the show ending, and was bravely able to recite her own quirky lines amid the tears. Oprah was calm and collected as ever, discussing her own reasons for ending her show and what the future might look like for Ellen. Although, Oprah did not dive deep into any of the matters relating to the toxic work environments, the two hosts discussed about ending the show with a bang. In her interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Ellen had also mentioned that she had been planning to leave for several years, but decided to stay for one reason or another. At one point, season 16 was stipulated to be her last outing for her, but later a 4-year extension was made to her contract, which would expire by the time season 19 wrapped up. Given the show's current status, ending now would have been the perfect time for her to step away and move on to something else. Ellen also mentioned the support she got from her wife, Portia de Rossi, who was there with her every step of the way and helped her decide when to finally end the show. Now there's still time before the show says its final goodbye, but fans of the show and daytime talk shows in general are very eager to know if we'll see any replacements. Although nothing is set in stone, many rumors of a new female-led daytime talk show have been emerging, with many claiming Kelly Clarkson will be getting the nod to Ellen's coveted primetime slot. As for the person who's been the center of attention across all of the gossip, Ellen still has big plans for her future. Starting her career as a stand-up comedian, many felt that she may want to re-enter the space, given she is a natural when it comes to delivering sarcastic one-liners. Ellen even jokingly mentioned that she may want to pick up the Netflix bandwagon. She has also mentioned that she has a few projects lined up after the show ends, so all die-hard Ellen fans will be quite keen to see what she decides to venture into in the future. While the future looks still far away from Ellen, some are saying that herself and Portia may be planning to wave goodbye to the States as they settle in for a cozier life in Australia. Given the recent scandals, it may not be a bad idea for them to settle down in a country where 350 million people don't recognize her. Australia also happens to be the birthplace of Portia, so maybe the couple have plans to spend the rest of their lives down under. If you're looking for more great content revolving around the lives of some of your favorite celebrities, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel. Will you be watching the last season of The Ellen Show, or have you decided to call it a quits for now? Whatever the answer may be, please let us know in the comments down below.